I will kick it off with a sort of general question to everybody on the panel. In each individual ways, you've talked about the importance of the surface transportation network and what reauthorization will mean to you in terms of economic and job growth. But I want to dig down a little bit more on that. Is it the predictability, the affordability, the flexibility? What would you point to as, from your standpoint as governor, and then we'll go down the panel, to how this will impact your economic growth and job creation abilities?
Thank you, Madam Chair. All of the above, but I think, I have the opportunity to serve here too. We spend money inefficiently, and we're required to do that because you go a decade without any increase in funding, and then things turn into whatever. The more predictability and foresight you can push onto us, the less money we will spend to build the same project.
So would you say the predictability factor would be get this bill in by the end of September of 2026 so you can have the predictability for the next 5 or 6 years?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That would be a worthy goal. And then I also think like I said, our perspective, each state is different, but I don't think any community or any state in the country has the amount of money they need to fix their roads
Right.
and bridges, whatever, so they can prioritize their projects. They know which ones are permitted at the state or county level. They know which ones that they can divert. They can start doing, the workforce shortage exists all over the country, so the earlier you can do that, and the more flexibility you can, like with Senator Kramer and Senator Alsobrooks' bill, then we can divert and move things around to work. It's not just about like picking winners and losers. It's we know which project's ready to go.
Right,
And
right,
we know which one we're going to have to wait another construction cycle to do.
right,
So.
right. Mr. Ramirez, how would this impact your ability to grow?
Yeah, I mentioned supply chain in my comments, and I think
Yes.
that's a real issue. We've got rural facilities, and having, surface transportation to those facilities that is efficient and well-maintained is really important. But, another really big one is my main facility is outside Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the main east-west corridor, I-94, has been caught up in litigation for years. And so I've got employees that spend, hours a day stuck in traffic because we can't execute projects that we've already agreed to do.
So that project is still waiting to be completed? Is that, I'm not unfamiliar with that. Is that,
Yes, ma'am.
wow. That's a major corridor for you. Yeah. Mayor, do you have a comment on how this will impact your ability to grow? You kind of alluded to it in your comments.
Absolutely. I think we all share a goal for American infrastructure being the best in the world. This committee has moved that forward, but we have an enormous backlog. We appreciate the leadership on starting early. Certainty helps us. Same with the governor. The earlier we can hire and plan, the less it costs, and the more we can do better. Phoenix is proud to be one of the homes of the Mayo Clinic. In our case, they're in North Phoenix, in an area that has a lot of infrastructure challenge, including a major floodplain. There's a huge bridge where if we could get that built, it would expedite their ability to expand. They have come up with incredible research that has reduced the risk of cancer, heart disease, and more. The whole country benefits from the innovation that is happening there. They need investments in infrastructure to be able to expand and do that work. It's literally life-saving, and so the work you're doing here today matters so much to us.
Well, good. You led me right into my next question, because this is one of my pet projects for the surface transportation, as it was in the past, is our bridges. Our nation's bridges, I can speak for my state personally. We have a lot of bridges, small state, but a lot of bridges. And we have some that are considered, you can still use them, but in another 5 to 10 years, it's questionable whether you're going to be able to use them. There's also, and they're so expensive to repair and fix and inconvenient, as Mr. Ramirez was saying. So, Governor, does having a set aside for bridges help you? Or would you rather have the flexibility to decide if you're going to use that for bridges or not?
The state of North Dakota owns over 1,700 bridges. There's 4,800 bridges total in the state of North Dakota. So I would tell you that if you had a set aside for bridges, no matter what the federal government gave us, it wouldn't be enough. I would say we have to do a better job at our level. Again, we don't have mountains or all of that. but you wouldn't build a grid infrastructure for bridges in North Dakota in 2025 the same way you did it in 1925.
Right.
So I think we can help make a better case to the federal government by saying we are prioritizing these things. This is how we're going to do it. But I wouldn't be opposed to a set aside for bridges because there's no
Well,
way
there
it'll be
is
enough.
one, so I think there has been one, and I'm very much committed to that. I would also say, your point on whether you would rebuild in 2025 as you built in 1925 really leads me to my next senator here, because that's a resiliency portion of the bill that I think is exceedingly important. Not only does it save money, it saves lives, and it's much safer. So, Senator Whitehouse, I think we're coming to the end of our hearing. I appreciate everybody's your testimony. I think there's a lot of similarities in what everybody's saying from the different standpoints of where you are. Permitting is something that Senator Whitehouse and I and our staffs talk about almost daily, and we know that this is at the heart of the efficiency that I think most folks and how the dollars can go farther than they can. So with that, I have no more comment.